So I thought I would do some questions out here in the Lint Woods in Hughes Forest, Mason County, Washington. I like doing some outdoor stuff, and I've got a setup now where I can be further away from the camera because I don't particularly like being close up to the camera. So this will work just fine, I think. So I have a lot of questions here, and I don't know that I'm going to do them all in one segment because I don't want these videos to be extremely long. So I'm thinking I'm going to maybe do 2 or 3 here. We'll see how we go here. And let's see what we're going to do here. Well, this one came in first. I'm not going in any particular order, but Cliff Garrison asked me, are you now living in a tiny home? I saw you posted some pictures of the inside of one. I have been posting pictures of tiny houses. We do not live in one. We're too big of a family to have a tiny house. We have a multi-generational family. We've got my in-laws living with us. We've got 4 of the kids living with us. 3 of them full-time, one of them some of the time. 2 of them in California, and Sarah and myself. So that's way too many people for a tiny house of any size, tiny house. Even a 500 square foot one would be too small. We'd be eating each other. But the reason I post them is because I like this idea of things getting smaller. I like the idea of things getting, boy, I hate that bark. I hate the barking. I hate the barking. I hate the barking. Anyway, it's country life. You're going to have dogs barking when you're doing a video. But those are not our dogs. I want you to know that. Anyway, I like the idea of less is more. When I was younger, I would have gone for like the bigger house, the bigger square footage. And the last house we had in California was pretty big. It was over 3,000 square feet. And yet we still had, I don't know, hundreds and hundreds of square feet that were never used in the home. And the older I get, the more conscientious I'm getting, I guess, of what kind of a footprint I'm leaving. And I don't like waste. I don't like wasted energy, wasted space. I don't like it. So the older I get, the more kind of consolidated I'm getting, and I'm trying to simplify everything around me. And I would love to have my own little tiny house, or maybe when all the kids are, we can't really do that. I was going to say when all the kids are moved out, years down the road, it'd be nice to have a tiny home. Maybe we'd live in a tiny home and then have little tiny homes for the kids to come visit in. And actually, we thought when we were looking around at property in this part of the state of Washington, we were looking at yurts for a while, which are like those canvas covered, they almost look like little circus tents, but they're really nice inside, and they can be as nice as you want to make them. They can have plumbing, they could have everything. But I didn't know how they would hold up. We kind of went against that idea because we didn't know with the elements and the snow we get and the rain we get, how yurts would hold up, because they are fabric. It's not like a hard shell of a house. It's not like it's made out of wood or brick or metal or anything like that. But I wouldn't rule that idea. Almost like living on a commune. And again, that's something in my younger days I would have been totally opposed to. But now I kind of like the idea of just this kind of little village of your own family. And what's interesting is we kind of make fun of that in Western culture, I think. But many cultures live like that for thousands of years. Many cultures still live that way. People make fun sometimes of Italian culture because of the stereotype that the son, the mama's boy, lives at home till he's 60 or something. But is that such a bad thing? I don't know. I'm getting off on a tangent here. But if it's not hurting anyone else and it brings a family together, why is the Italian son living with mama till he's 60 less respected than the kids who move away when they're 18 and see their parents once a year? So, Cliff, thank you very much. So, to answer your question, the short version, no, we are not living in a tiny home, but I'm fascinated by them, and I wouldn't mind having a little workspace. It would be like a little tiny house, like a little tough shed or something that I can customize and insulate and keep warm in the winter and cool in the summer. It'd be kind of nice. Let's see here. Patty Burnett says, are any of your kids interested in following your footsteps in radio, podcasting, or similar? No, they're not. And I'm kind of glad. I'm kind of relieved, Patty, because radio has changed so much just in the 31 years that I've been in radio. It's, I don't want to say a dying industry because it's not dying, it's just changing, but the opportunities for especially full-time work on air have diminished greatly due to consolidation, due to corporate greed, due to one entity buying up thousands of radio stations and properties around the country, hundreds and hundreds of them anyway, if not thousands. And consolidation isn't good. We want to have a proliferation, not a consolidation. We want as many ideas as possible. I work at a radio station now that's independently owned by a fiber company. It's KMAS, 20 minutes away from this house. And it's awesome because nobody tells us, there's nobody in an office in New York City or in an office in Houston or in Austin where we have to pick up a red phone and ask for permission for every little thing that we do. It's essentially a 3-person operation, and we have a lot of freedom to do whatever we want, really, as long as we don't blow up the station and totally decimate it. They let us do what we're going to do, so that's kind of cool. But no, they're all doing kind of their own things. They're still figuring it out. Some are figuring it out now. Some are younger still, and sometimes I wonder if I've figured things out too. So I don't know. I'm giving them time to figure that stuff out. And final one for this time is my wife, Sarah, as a joke, asked boxers or briefs. And I would argue boxer briefs because I can't make up my mind. I like them both. So once in a while, it'll be both. It'll be the hybrid. And whoever designed the hybrid of boxers briefs together ought to have a statue. I mean, that's the kind of person that should have a statue after them. Not Confederate heroes, not, Lenin. Seattle has a statue of Lenin. They ought to have a statue of the guy who invented boxer briefs. I'm going to look that up later and see who that was, because I'm this short of saying they ought to be on some coinage in the future if they have to decide who to put on a coin. I'm just kidding, of course. I'm not going to elevate someone like that up to the status of somebody that should be on a coin. But it is kind of a funny thing. Boxers or briefs? Why do you have to pick? Do the hybrid. Thanks a lot for watching, you guys. I do have a lot of questions I didn't get to, but I don't want to make these videos so long that people just tune them out. Please like the video if you liked it. If you didn't like it, don't like it. And subscribe if you would like to subscribe. I would love to have you. Thanks a lot for watching. I'm going to do these a lot more often. And maybe while I'm out here, I'll do part 2 and just, I feel like a wardrobe change. I don't know. I'm feeling kind of bummy, and I do have to shave. So maybe in the next video, I'll be clean shaven. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. Really appreciate it. Keep those questions coming. You can send them to me on my website, hughesfromtheheart.com. Just click on contact, and you can send me some questions.